All right, so the time here in SVG, it is 8:10, and we are jumping right back into our commentary regarding we're jumping back into commentary this morning. All right. Before we ended, Christal. All right, so yeah, let me start again. My mind gone all over the place for a second there. All right, so remember that it is an interactive program. Christal and myself are with you, or Christal and I are with you, and I being Roleza Samuel. And it is an interactive program. So the number to call is 457-9997. You can call us directly, or you can call us through WhatsApp or send us a message through WhatsApp as well. All right. So wherever we are being heard at this time, locally, regionally, and internationally, big up you for being with us. All right. So we were coming out of the conversation regarding the South Rivers situation, where some persons were taken into police custody after being apprehended by the villagers. All right.
We'll again.
Uh,
We'll show it again.
Oh, you put it up again?
Yeah.
Right.
Those
And so Christal was making a point with regards to a young lady who was also Christal. A young lady who was also picked up with them. And I think you were making the point of
someone making a post saying that they regret that she got herself caught up in these things. Coming from where she came from, they didn't really expand on her specific background, but I kind of picked up that might have been a bit of a challenge in the past. Not choosing the right thing to do.
Okay. Right. So I was going to make a point of there was this talk show. It's an old talk show that I saw in wow. So I looked up and saw someone and I was like, what? But anyway, very distracted there for a moment. I apologize. All right. There was this Jamaican talk show that I looked at recently where it was women who were with gunmen, right? And when I listened to this story, I understood why it was not that easy for them to break out of the situation which that they were in. So, sometimes while it is that this person put up the post, I personally, so I'm not saying that what the person said may not have been accurate or from their vantage point, what they see. But I think sometimes from that Jamaican interview that I saw, I could understand how some women ended up being caught up in this situation. So that was just yeah. It's women who are with gunmen, known gunmen, and they tried to get out of it, but they couldn't. They just couldn't until the only way they got out was the partner ended up dying. So, but I don't know what is the situation in her case, but I can see sometimes how some women end up being caught up in some situations.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate. But now I'm thinking about it. It must be a challenge to try to get out. Man or woman, when you enter certain spheres to escape them, sometimes they tell you from the get-go, you cannot make it out alive.
And especially if a woman already has children for a man, if she is completely dependent on him, and even just saying that she is leaving could result in physical violence towards her, So it's just these other things sometimes. So again, I am not speaking directly to the lady who was seen in that video, and I don't know what her background story is. That was just the opinion shared by someone else on social media, but I also had to look at it from another side, just given something recently that I saw as well.
This is reminding me of, remember when there was this issue of a spate of robberies? Was it Calder?
Where a woman was also involved?
Let's take a call this time. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ladies.
Hey, look who reached back with we. Welcome.
Oh boy, I'm always there, but sometimes as a human being, you have to take a break from whatever your worries are, your concerns are, and especially on a national scale. As you're aware, I have been speaking out Well, that's all, I've been speaking out for over 50 years, and I am well grounded in Vincentian society. When I hear you guys saying a lot of, is there something?
No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
When I hear you guys, I only smile. When I hear you guys talking about what Dave Roberts has passed through already, what he has had to overcome and all of that, I just have to smile. And I wish you were closer. I wish you were closer so that we all can, as I say, each one teach one, and you learn. Something I love to question is intelligence. Intelligence, whether it is the police force, whether it is in government, my keyword is intelligence. Because a lot of us think we're intelligent, but, I don't want to say the other things. But we are not. The way we do things, the way we handle things, and we all take time to understand and appreciate. That's why when you're looking for a job, they talk about experience too, right? Everybody can't have the same experience at the same time. So I say all of this to say that, and let me say this before I forget, I hear Mr. Weeks, and I love to hear what he has to say. As a retired public servant, I think he's giving back something to St. Vincent and Grenadines. But the problem is our own individual personalities, right? And then to add to that is also our politics, which has messed up our minds. Can't get away from that. You have a man like the comrade leader who is very strong in whatever he has to say and comes over as though, well, he calls himself the world boss. And some of us can't accept and appreciate that because you can't be a world boss and we catch it with skin so much in this country. We have to face reality. We have to face the facts. And to add to that, all the problems. I mean, well, I don't know. I hear you guys talking about something in South Rivers. I ain't get the gist, but maybe you all could explain that further on.
There was an attempted robbery. Well, I don't think we're going to it anymore because we've spent a bit of time on it already.
Well, I was just saying, I'm not aware, I'm not aware of what it's all about. But what I pick up is that people came in and played a role, played a part, and which is something we all would like to see. As the song says, it takes a village to raise a child and all of that. And not only a child to grow up into a big man and responsible and all of that. I am aware. I'm aware of that stuff, of all of that. Maybe that's why I found it very difficult to find the right woman. You talk about women.
Right, Dave. All right.
All right, you're straining a little bit. Go back on the main road, please.
All right.
I just use that in the scheme up because you all brought up, you all talking
Always.
about a woman, this whole women and men are the same thing.
What was to was would have was, right? So just leave it there.
No. We are speaking on current matters, current issues.
Well, not that. That's not the topic.
I know what is the topic, I'm just trying to get into so much things at the same time.
We realize.
Just stick to the topic and then in the talk to me, you can ramble. You can ramble in the talk to me segment. Let me stick to the topic.
Okay. All right. So
so the situation is, and nothing surprises me in this country. Nothing surprises me in this. I've seen it happen in this country, and if we love one another, we have to know how to show love to one another. And that is what is so sadly lacking. One person or one believes is stronger than the other, or they have more this than the other, and we take advantage of each other. Anyhow, let me come up for that and listen to you guys.
All right, thanks.
All right,
Take
Dave.
care.
We know that you're alive and well, so thank you for that. All right, so just to make a point here with regards, so we were speaking about the South Rivers incident, and we spoke about the rising crime situation again earlier this week. So just to note that a notice from the RSVG police force 12 hours ago, they said the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Enver Williams, will host a press conference today at 2 p.m. in the police conference room at police headquarters, right? A cordial invitation is extended to members of the public to attend and bring coverage of the event, all right? So I'm sure the usual suspects will bring live coverage, which would be VC3, maybe API, maybe just VC3 and
NBC
API,
Radio.
maybe NBC as well. I'm not sure if WEFM will be carrying that live, but there will be a press conference held today by the police at 2 p.m. So for all persons who are interested, you can tune into that event. And for media personnel, you are invited to attend. I think what I'm hoping coming out from this press conference, because I noted a press conference in the past where it was a presentation made by the police force or the top branch or top persons within the police force, but questions were not entertained.
If not, tell me a question, a comment.
Right. So I am hoping that questions will be entertained this round.
So that's a media briefing.
Let me go back to the words that were used in the
No,
ask.
you're saying the last time they
you mean
they didn't entertain questions.
Yeah.
It was like a launch. I mean, even at launches, they entertain questions. There's a difference in them, but I can't remember it right now. A call is coming through.
Go ahead. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, my sister. And I just wanted to say something. I'm not going to shout or anything like that, just to beg you all for help. I've been one of the persons the most closest to the police. I call them every day. In fact, I come so close to Inspector Oliver and Trevor Bailey. At that one time, I used to adore them. And I said very many years on this very radio program that the only way we can get back our police is when the people can be treated as people. And when the professor came in 2018, he said we are on the verge of overtaking, eclipsing Jamaica and Trinidad. In fact, we literally number 7th in the world for crime per capita. And I'm saying Professor came here, he sat down with them, he gave them recommendation, I sent the document to Trevor Bailey, I sent it to Inspector Oliver, I sent it to the commissioner, I sent it to past and present, including sitting with the young people, sitting in the community, treating people like people, being able to be trustworthy. You see only 18 guns, one person giving one gun. That is basically disaster. However, why? Because in order for people to give up the gun, they literally, have to legally make themselves a criminal. So if Hamilton gave in a gun, I'm a criminal because I have it illegally. But what makes it different is that you have to trust them. Not only to trust them to keep the information, that you don't give it to a dictatorship.
Bring it down. Mm-hmm.
I just want to say to you that we are not going to go it anyway because Mr. Williams, the man who's now acting, he was responsible for crime for years. And when we now come to the most, crime-driven country in the Caribbean, take over Trinidad, taking over Jamaica, he was the one who was promoted. You see how they're promoted? They're not promoted on the performance. And for the rest of name, all of them, including Bailey Reservation today. I don't want a press conference.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much for your contribution. 8:23 is the time. So there's a cabinet reshuffling. Every day we're shuffling. Every year we're shuffling. How often do they
this is the first one since
since when?
2020, whenever the last election was.
What did you say?
2020. This was the last. I don't think there has been a reshuffle since that time.
The last election was the last reshuffle?
No. Okay, so there has not. So the new persons were in 2020, right? They elected in 2020.
Oh.
So there has not been a reshuffle.
Oh, I thought it was every election. Like before every election, they reshuffle everybody.
No. Oh, no. Not in that way.
When did the PM take the ministry, the new ministry?
Which new ministry?
Education. When did they split education?
I think he's only doing part of education, which has to do
still a change.
Which has
when
to do,
that?
I think, with I'm not sure. It may have been like 2 years ago. I think that is more like sourcing of scholar. I'm not
I
sure
know
what
it's
exactly
tertiary
name of it.
education, but I just want to know
Right.
when the change was made, not necessarily
Yeah.
what he got.
Yeah, it was only part of it though. So Ministry of Education still lies with Curtis King.
And then PM get pat.
Yeah.
Give me that little piece on the end, they cut.
Yeah.
I'm just playing around.
All right,
Let's
so
be serious.
we have about 5 minutes to get into this topic. So for those persons who were not aware, Stevenson, well, I'm reading from Eyewitness News, but of course this article was posted on other news sites as well, right? So Stevenson is Minister of Foreign Affairs in Cabinet Reshuffle. So the article states Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves announced Tuesday the first reshuffle of his cabinet since the ULP won the historic fifth term in office in November 2020. Former Minister of Public Service Frederick Stevenson has been appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs. The South Windward MP replaced Senator Christal Peters, who created history when she became the country's first female Minister of Foreign Affairs in 2022. Peters will take over the heart and soul of the government as Minister of National Mobilization and Social Development. Gonsalves had indicated even before the impact of Hurricane Beryl on July 1st that he was contemplating splitting the ministries of housing and national mobilization. He noted when announcing the reshuffle at AIA that there was still some work to be done dealing with housing after the volcanic eruptions in April of 2021. All right. So the Prime Minister iterated that his government had said that it wanted to split the Ministry of National Mobilization and Social Development and the Ministry of Housing. So Dr. Rhonda Brewster will remain in the Ministry of Housing and Informal Human Settlements. All right, so that really is the gist of it. He said that Stevenson would take up the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, including the Regional Integration and Diaspora Unit. The Prime Minister said he would take up the Public Service portfolio, which Stevenson held previously. All right, so there is a slight shuffle taking place within the government or within the cabinet.
That slight. I think it's pretty major.
For me, it is
because if I'm trying to grasp, Peters, she was the first Minister of Foreign Affairs.
First female,
Minister of Foreign Affairs. I would have thought that, you would hold on to that until for its entirety. Not so much so for the honor, I guess. But I can never understand cabinets reshuffling. But they would have to know. I'm wondering if it's on performance or if it's on politics.
I think everything generally boils down to politics.
I mean, yeah.
And
but which one trumps now? Performance, or is it that these individuals would do better in certain, or the requirements are the new requirements in other areas? That, okay, you know what? I think Stevenson would do a far better job over here as opposed to sports. So let's give sports to Brewster because he's youth and what's not. He has the expertise now to better chair sports and XYZ. But I mean, they would have to know. I just hope at the end of the day, there's improvement.
You see, one of the things with switching, so Minister Peters, she is new on the ground in the sense of entering the political realm, right? She has stated before, I've heard it on the Is Your Hand program. I'm not sure if she is a declared candidate for, what's that constituency?
She stated her intent.
Right.
Kingstown. One of the Kingstown seats.
West Kingstown. I think that would be West Kingstown. Right? So in a sense, giving her this type of ministry would have her or allow her to be more in tune with people on the ground in a sense, right? In that she'd be interacting with persons who are going to be in need, persons who are going to be in need of assistance. So in a way, if we're looking at it just from the political side of it, it would help her to be a bit more in tune with persons as opposed to being in a position such as foreign affairs. That's the way in which I feel it.
So no more traveling for you, Peters. You go on the ground.
Well, she could still be representing at conferences, whatever type of conferences.
Yeah, but not as much travel.
Right.
You said
right?
the difference is she will be more on the ground especially if she really continues with her intent to run.
Mm-hmm.
So this will help her out with
Right, with becoming
So it's
a
more
more
politics
grounded
than
people's
perform. Okay,
person,
cool.
face being recognized, name being recognized, being the one to be the conduit for persons to get assistance from the government, etc. That is how it is. I view, or the reason for that.
Well, would you
I
like
will be honest that Stevenson is one of those persons who I tend to forget is a minister. I'll be very honest, right? I guess maybe it's because of the portfolio that he held in the past, or maybe he's not as vocal.
But he
or
was
he's not as-
mobilization first, no? He was a mobilization minister as well at one point. Let me stick a pin on that one, right? We got courts. Let's take in courts, and then we're gonna come back and continue this because the phone lines are coming and we can't take the calls because of the time. Let's go.
All right.
It's the Quartz Appliance Event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Mabe 30-inch gas stove for only $2,399. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 12 cubic foot fridge for $2,799. Laundry piling up, wash it, spin it, dry it, and save $400 with this Mabe 19 kg top load washing machine. Now only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance Event only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so the time in SVG, it is 8:32, and at this time, we are expecting a call from Quartz St. Vincent Limited. And so we would only be taking calls at this time, or the only call that we'll be accepting at this time is the call from the representative from Quartz. All right, so if the person who's calling at this time, I'm hoping that you are the representative from Quartz. And I guess you're not. All right, so Quartz, you can call us at this time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Coach Ready Cash in the house.
Hello.
Rep.
Hey. How are you guys doing today?
We're good. What about you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You're just fine.
Okay. Yes, just fine today.
Okay, that's okay.
So, Coach Ready Cash, we always have something in store. We still have our promotion running where you can take $3,000 or more and you enter to win your loan up to $10,000. All you need are your 2 forms of IDs, a most recent job letter, a most recent salary slip, a most recent utility bill in your name, no deposit needed. Just like that, easy and simple, you get a loan with Coach Ready Cash. You could be renovating, maybe you need some extra cash, or maybe you have a loan already with us, or maybe you have some items on your account already. Don't worry. Don't say, I don't think I would get through. Don't worry, we'll work with you. You can have several accounts, several loan accounts. Just come in, bring your documents, and we will work with you. We have the payday loans. This is just like a pick-me-up. You can get a loan of $1,000. You would say within 3 months. This loan is absolutely interest-free. So just come in, speak to one of us, myself or Amigo, and we'll hook you up nice. We also have the agriculture fund. This is geared towards persons in the agriculture sector, farmers, fisher folks, and the interest is way lower. I mentioned the agriculture fund. We also do business loans. So, of course, the requirements would be a little different. So, of course, you need your 2 forms of identification. Your business must be in operation for at least a year. So you need the business certificate along with the application for registration. You need the utility bill for where the business is located. You present 3 months proof of sales and purchases. You provide 6 months bank statement. I know there are persons who may not bank, So they will keep a record, whether they write it down in a book or they keep receipt book or invoice books. Bring all your documents. Bring your books. We will work with you. You state the purpose of the loan, and just like that, you can get $27,000 just for your business. It's simple and easy. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. We are closed on Saturdays, but we normally do an outreach every month in the communities. This Saturday we would be in Vermont. So Vermont, people look out for us. We are located opposite the post office, the only blue building opposite the post office. One thing though, for persons who would have been affected by the hurricane, they can reach out to our credit department to have their claim processed. So I know some persons would be worried, I lost my house, how am I going to pay? Just reach out to us and we would work with you. You can also find us online, Facebook, Ready Cash St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Instagram, Ready Cash SVG, or www.shopquotes.com, St. Vincent, Ready Cash. Our contact number is 494-5380. You can direct call us or you can WhatsApp anything. Just remember, with Quotes Ready Cash, you can get your loan interest-free, hassle-free, no down payment needed, and just like that, sometimes you get your loan same day. That's something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Hello?
Hi.
Yes. Hi. Oh.
We thought we had lost you there. Yeah. Yeah, we were just echoing the parts that you were saying in terms of being able to get, in some instances, being able to get the loan within the same days. So, of course, that is always a plus, especially in those cases of emergency. Yeah.
Exactly, it is. You come in, you come for your loan, you make 2 blocks around, so we call you, come get your cash. And we're not giving checks. You don't have to go and stand up in the long lines at the bank. You get raw cash in hand.
Oh, it says literal cash, ready cash.
Whatever you have to do. Yes, it's ready cash. We're always ready.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So any further thoughts you wish to share in terms of getting persons to come down, especially those persons who, let's say, have been impacted in whatever way from the passage of the hurricane? Any final words to encourage persons to come down?
Just come on in. We will work with you. I know we've been contacting persons already who would have been impacted, especially persons in Union and Canawan. So we started contacting them. But for other persons who haven't been contacted as yet, just reach out to us, reach out to the credit department.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Bye, Rosetta.
All right. So that was Court's desk coming to us this morning, just giving us some information with regards to the Court's Ready Cash.
Just for you at Quartz Optical. Get 15% off. When you bring in your prescription from any other eye care provider, we'll give you 15% off the cost of your frames and lenses. So visit us today and get 15% off. Offer valid on cash and credit purchases. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
When you're behind the wheel, stay alert. Driving safely should always be your top priority. Protect yourself and other road users by keeping your attention on the road. Stay alive. Avoid distractions like cell phones and maintain a safe distance from other vehicles. Only overtake when it is absolutely safe to do so. And remember to be on the lookout for motorcyclists. The life you save today may be yours. Alert today, alive tomorrow. This message is brought to you by AKT Motorcycles, available at courts.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands, providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack, Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today.
Boy, so where you getting crashing on? Your brakes real good, boy.
Now brakes alone good enough. My tires good too.
Tires? Where you get them tires, boy?
Out by Caribbean Tire Plus, man. They out in Addersville. Can't miss it. Look for the orange container on them. Plenty parking space and open 7 days a week all thing, man. Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call them today. Caribbean Tire Plus, 784-432-4786 or email ctiresplus@gmail.com.
Lanes is your Vincentian family store. We give you quality service and you save more. We add value to your household, that's for sure. At Lanes, our customers always come first. For your family needs, come on in. Construction, household, and clothing. Our friendly staff is ready to help. Get more and save more. Remember, at Lanes, our customers come first. We thank you for making Lanes your family store for value. Lanes, your family store for value.
Sparrows, 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 run of pure sophistication. Sparrows, sparrows, run, aged to perfection. Skillfully crafted and forged with time in oak barrels. A rum so divine. Discover authentic Caribbean rum. Sparrows, premium rum. Sparrows, full-bodied rum. Sparrows, pure sophistication. Discover authentic Vincentian rum. Sparrows, premium rum.
Distilled and blended by St. Vincent Distillers Limited. Please drink responsibly.
Agents, Careers, Distributions Limited.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, SVG and everybody else who's listening to us, wherever you are listening to us, even the outer space folks, Christal's friends. We are back with another activated morning for today. I'm just going to continue our conversation that we were having before. I think we have some comments there, Crystal, before I go back into what I was saying.
Somebody says, good morning, Rao. Roleza, you're thinking like me. I was thinking that just before you mentioned that Minister Peters will be exposed to a lot more people at mobilization, foster care, care for the elderly, social welfare, poor relief, etc., and much more. So she will be exposed to more people at mobilization than at foreign affairs. I think that is the move. My question now is, if this is a probable rationale, then am I supposed to look at all the other ministers of mobilization under the same scope? That's why they're all ministers of mobilization for politics.
No, but remember in this case, she is new. She is entering.
Brewster is new too.
Yeah, but isn't this what? This would be Brewster's second term. So, I mean, he's already on the ground. He's already known. So for her as a new entrant, a new political, new politician, this is going to help to boost her.
I don't think it's going to work. If it's 3 seats, the ULP should just forget about is the Kingston seats.
Okay,
if it's 2 seats,
political pundit.
Come on, man. Aspiring. If it's 2 seats, the right. Forget about the Kingstowns and forget about the Grenadines. Right? In terms of going the extra mile trying to win, it makes no sense for me.
Yeah.
The NDP should do the same for like the Windward side of the island. You could fight up for Leeward, right? Because I find Leeward tends to be like pretty tight. But you
As
see the
in
windward side?
North Leeward? You mean, it's
North Leeward.
North and Central. Yeah, North and Central, right. South Leeward has been
Yeah. Windward side, NDP forget about that. In terms of going the extra mile trying to win. You still take care of your people, but you're not going to lose. But you're still taking care of your people. You're not going to lose. It's just like the grannies. You're not going to lose, but you're still doing what you have to do.
When you talk about young people being vocal, right over to Christal. Go right over.
Just forget about them.
But Christal, you do realize
it's a waste of money.
But you do realize this is exactly why it is that they have to try new things.
No.
Because if they don't, then it seems as if they're giving up and they're throwing it in.
Listen, you take care. You do what you have to do, right? You do what you have to do. But like going the extra mile, nah, man, I waste your time.
But remember, in many cases, Christal, right?
Put her back.
It legit just takes one vote to make a difference. We have seen
we ain't talking about the Leeward seat.
We have seen that demonstrated.
So Kingstown, they win by bigger margins.
If it's going to be a fight, especially in this West Kingstown seat, then that one vote difference, this one granny who she may have helped to, through her efforts, would have helped to find assistance. This one granny could actually make the difference.
Then you are supposed to be helping people genuinely and not for a vote.
But it's politics. Everything is politics. It's going to come down to politics.
And you see why
we can't be blinded by that path.
You see why some people don't vote?
But
I going off of your rational.
But you do realize
you and Miss our listeners.
But you do realize too that part of politics is about helping people. So even if we don't have an ulterior motive,
helping people for what
even if there isn't an ulterior motive, you're supposed to be helping people. That's the role of politics, and that's the role of government policies, because it's supposed to make the lives of people better.
In any event, whosoever is at the helm to help the people, they are representing the government. And you can put them on a pedestal because they're doing the job.
Well, this is the thing, and I don't believe in putting politicians on a pedestal because it's work. It's still their job. This is what they have been elected, they've been nominated, elected, and voted to do. It's still a job.
Work for me.
Right?
I am your boss.
This is why we always need to remember as the voters that if we have been able to put them there, we can also take them out.
You see this? No, you see this?
She make a monkey motion in front of the camera again.
Y'all know study me now. Y'all go out and vote for whoever you want to vote for. If you want to put people on a pedestal, it's up to you. It's your business. You understand?
Yeah, but
you want to show gratitude in a certain way by voting for this political party or that political party, is up to you. Politicians, you do what you have to do because you're mandated to, and that is your mission. That is what you're born to do. I was born for this. yeah, don't study me now. I'm just joking around. There we go. All the time.
You know, they always say in every joke there's an element of truth.
Isn't
all right?
The listeners will pick out what you deem to be the element of truth.
All right. Yeah, but I mean, this is a pre-election year, Christal, and
is it?
Even if we
2024?
Elections should be called by next year.
Plenty things.
I think maybe it might around December, right? That has been the trend for maybe the last.
I call November next.
Two times, two occasions. So yeah.
What's the trend? Shuffle up before?
No, like late in the year. Like around December. It's been in December before.
Oh, they could please just don't spoil the Christmas, please. Put elections way before Christmas.
Yeah, but it's not even
like
just
September.
that. I think what it comes down to at the end, because as I've said before here, is we are never out of election mode, which is what it is I have an issue with, right? Elections have been called, elections have been announced. Parties are in place. It's just to get on with the work. You do your work as opposition, you do your work as government, but citizens themselves, sometimes in many cases, I sometimes feel as if they take it on more than those elected, right?
Who's leading them? Who's leading them?
Well, maybe it's that as well too, but
every day
it's really
is a
just for us to
political
get
program
out of
on the radio. every day.
It's just for us to get out of this constant political mode.
Sunday to Sunday, political programs.
Yeah, but you as a citizen can choose not to listen to it. It's
and
one
listen
thing.
to what else?
What do you mean not listen to what else? There's free choice.
Why? When
there is freedom of choice. Yeah, but do you listen to every comment that passes across?
I try to.
So you see, this is exactly where the problem starts, right? Because you know that you don't need to engage in everything, but you're choosing to engage in
When
everything.
you're working in the media, your antenna goes up once you hear comments. You hear that?
Mine doesn't. I'm sorry.
You hear the comments?
I filter things.
This whole thing here, I try to understand what's going on behind it too. And I hear on the radio, y'all don't study me now. I only kicks in. Kicks in.
Yeah. So so that is us touching a bit on that cabinet reshuffle. Christal is of the opinion that it's not going to work.
You hear me, so?
Didn't you say that? Do you want for me to go back and replay what you said?
Prove it to me.
All we had to do is just go back through the video, the recording, right?
I said, if that is the intent, that it's more politics than performance, man,
it's not going to work. So what is my final thoughts?
Don't even bother. If I have it is an if statement, like in Excel,
it's conditional.
It's right.
All right. So, but we are going to be seeing more tactics in a sense being put out there. Because
so what you're trying to say is
the role of a government is to stay in power.
Tactics. The T in government stands for tactics.
The ultimate.
So we're going down to union, apparently.
All right.
Right. I think this is the union call. Hello. Good morning.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How you all doing?
Good for the time. What's up?
We're very sprightly this morning. Good morning.
Always.
Yeah, morning. Yeah. I'm on the Starlink, so it will go in and out.
Okay.
We have some problems here on Union Island that we would like addressed, please. The Agency for Public Information came out with a paper yesterday which states that the persons that are clearing up the island, it's $200 EC per day. You have some employees wanting to contractors wanting to give the people 130.
Problem.
No down in the work. I think the PM was around here sometime yesterday. Nobody knows whenever they come or they go, whatever, because there's the smaller roads to be cleared and stuff. Now, I didn't really suffer any damage. The boat is okay. The speedboat, the Rastaman hide it inside the mangrove. Another yachties hide the boats in the mangrove. It doesn't get destroyed in the hurricane, but the engines fly off. Nobody knows where they are. So we will get re-engined anyway. Anyway, somebody needs to come and have a look on what's going on, because there is a lot of white agencies down here that is pissed off at how the things are being carried out and done. I don't know if it's friend and favor or whatever, but not a lot of people is getting the aid. Not a lot of people are getting the tarpaulins on top of their houses. Why are you having so much? I just took those photos this morning. Hundreds of tarpaulins at an airport, but when you're going up there to ask a question, is the regional security a meeting, and nobody wants to come outside and talk to you, including when the white people who providing the money go up there, they're being treated the same way. Listen, you better put somebody here on the ground and know what's going on before these outside agencies get thing. And let me tell you who helped Union.
Listener. 1 second, please. I understand that you are enraged, but if you could just keep it down just a little bit, just for the purposes of our other listening audience, okay?
Yes, I understand all of that. But here, who helped Union is the French, and they're still helping them. The French military was in here in under 12 hours with that hurricane, and they still have a vessel out here, jogging water, jogging this, logistics. Things ain't stop coming. You understand? Everybody will tell you here is food is right now. Any man you meet in Union tell you food ain't really no problem. They will tell you the truth. They want to get the engines, they want to get the stuff, they want to get this. Now, we saw some persons from agencies come down on the weekend, going around asking the boatmen how much engines they had in the boat and whatever. Now, we've seen this exercise many, many times. I hope that when this exercise come, it don't go in some government agency hand and you have to write in for this project and write in for this and write in for that. This ain't about that, you know. Let me tell you something, right? As journalists, I suggest one of you to come down here before this thing really clean up and see what is going on Come and smell the dead bodies that you can't find. Sometimes you're walking 3 days on one road trying to get it clear, but the dead bodies have snot running out your nose. Even though you put on the thing over your thing, you cannot find them. We finally find whatever was found was burnt because you cannot bring those things up. This place is mashed up. And we got to say thanks a lot again to the French. It's the French who first provided the Inmarsat and the Starlink supplies for us. That's how I'm able to speak to you. I was not here when the storm hit. I was on the mainland, but I came down here very shortly after the minute I step off the boat, I got an instant headache and fever the same time.
Okay, so you're saying...
I couldn't believe what I was...
So you're...
Yeah, I couldn't...
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask. So you're saying that there isn't a coordinated effort with regards to the cleanup activity?
The things are starting to advance on the cleanup activity. Our Agency for Public Information brought out some information yesterday stating that the Prime Minister states that each person is get $200 EC per day.
Right,
and
okay.
This is what Union Island people are going to work by.
Right, but if
the contractors do not want money as a white man and then who put that money.
Okay, so
people coming.
All right, so with regards to that, okay, I'm trying to find the information, right? With regards to that, as far as I know, that effort is supposed to be coordinated through BRAXA. I'm trying to open the exact thing. Through BRAXA, because 2 companies or 2 or 3 companies have been awarded that contract, right? And ideally, the persons who are supposed to be assisting with that in terms of who that post is supposed to be targeting in terms of that 300 persons for the $200. Those persons ideally should come from Union Island or the Southern Grenadines, but I think it's going to be coordinated through BRAXA. Hello?
Well, he did say that he would dip out because the connection is not.
Okay, well,
okay.
And when they came down here, the whole square cleaned up almost immediately. 2 large tractors and couple men with logistics. Bam, bam, bam.
So you're saying that enough work is not being done? That is your main concern?
But it's still have a lot more clean.
Right. So they're trying to solicit or to get. Okay.
Again?
Hi. Okay. Say that again. Say that last piece again, please.
Yeah. The monies that the workers are supposed to get is the residents are supposed to get for the cleaning up is $200 EC per day, which an investor paid for in Canawan. The BRAXA right, want to give the Union Island people why you want to swipe $70 EC off the top in a time of disaster.
Okay, so in this case, because of the fact that I am
What you really feel all you're dealing with.
All right, okay, caller.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so in this case, because I am looking at the information that was put out. So this is going to have to be something that has to be clarified on the end of BRAXA, all right? I don't think it's something that we can clarify here on air. You're stating that they're proposing 130, but I'm looking at the release and the information that says 200 EC, all right? So I think that is something that could be easily clarified or easily clarified, all right? The point is at this time is to be able to get persons to mobilize to be able to help to clean up the island. All right. So I think this is the discrepancy.
Which is being done. That's why they asked me to give a call to the radio station to let know what is going on.
Okay.
So everybody is listening to you.
Right.
But we do not have
all right. So
internet.
Okay, so what I'm going to suggest to you is to screenshot, go on Agency for Public Information. There is an article or release.
We have it.
Right. So I don't. Yes, I don't see how it is that there is this discrepancy that's being stated, right? When there is the black and white information that's out there.
What happened is when Dr. Gonsalves released the information on Sunday, people in Union didn't get it on Monday. They didn't get it on Tuesday. They only started getting it last night. Let me tell you how the internet here is going. Someone sent an information from me. We have a GoFundMe up, but someone sent some information from me since Sunday. I'm now getting it. The internet is quite slow. You have to be patient. The information packets is coming through very, very slowly. Because remember, there is no infrastructure here and everything gone, That's why I'm asking if WEFM could allow one of you to come down, ride down with the boat, see the place and go back up. Because as a journalist or as a person dealing radio personality, you're not going to have any idea what really taking place. So if one of you could get down here, we would be very happy. I want to thank you very much. And Union Island people would like to say thank you because a lot of people on Union Island are listening to you. That's why they forced me to call. I wasn't going to call, but they forced me to call because I is the famous grass pilot. Anything wrong down here from the years ago, I will call and make sure that it gets settled in an amicable manner or whatever the case is. But they need to send somebody down here because the white people is getting very upset with how the aid is going. And they're actually pushing themselves in right now and handing the aid out. Last week, Saturday, the helicopter left the ship. There's a ship in Carriacou and there's a ship in Palm Island. And the one that you see moving with the sling drops food several times a day. They went to the back of Union Island on Saturday to try to drop food around some area called Big Sand because the people around there's a community on that side. The person who is in charge of the logistics at the airport called back the helicopter to drop it at the airport instead. You know what the white people did? They were wearing blue, so I suggest that to the UN. They took the food themselves, they carried it in, they packaged it themselves, they put it on a truck, and they drive all that same food right back around the road when the helicopter could have dropped it. Inside of that had the Samaritan's purse. You have a Wi-Fi charger. That same charger goes into a huge, extremely bright light. So they give you these sticks and women's stuff, sanitary stuff, and them kind of things there. All of that is being delivered. A lot of aid are in this place right now. So thanks a lot. And as I speaking, the helicopters are making her first thing. I believe you can hear it in the background. She's making her first drop this morning. So this helicopter is what's been feeding us right through Roleza and Christal. You get me?
Yes, we do. All right. Well, we thank you for that update. And I'm hoping that the issue that you raised in terms of the clarification with regards to how much persons are being paid, that would be addressed and settled quickly. All right? Because the point is that we need the hands on the ground.
Union Island people, Union Island people is who asked to call because
okay.
A lot of them like you all down here.
It's okay.
All right, so take care. Sorry about the helicopter noise.
It's okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So special shout out to the folks in Union Island who are locked on and listening. And we are with you through it all. All right. So the time here in SVG, it is now 9:03, and it is time for us to jump into our ECCB currency exchange rates for today.
99.9